As always, it's a pleasure to spend this time with you because maybe for the new people, you are new to this, but we are in a business which we love and with the people whom we care about because our aims and our hopes are the same. So I want to welcome you all very much and to invite you to spend this this time, 1 hour more or less, seeing what you can gain from what we have to offer. As you might have seen in your invites, my session today is about immune health and how to support and boost our immune system. And as Paul mentioned, we are at this time being very much reminded about the importance of having a strong immune system because we know that we have the pandemic going on. But apart from the pandemic, there are plenty of other illnesses that attack our bodies, and our immune system has a very important role to play in that. So the immune system, if we are to look at it, is the body can replace two departments in a country. So we have the Department of Immigration and the Department of Defense. The Department of Immigration is responsible for identifying the citizens of the country and protecting the rights of the citizens. And then the Ministry of Defense is responsible for fighting when let's say the citizens are under attack. So the human immune system acts in those two ways. It makes sure that it protects our bodies, but by so doing, it also fights against harmful microbes that may be trying to attack us. So first, I wanted to mention a few of the participants in our immune health. And these, first of all, are the white blood cells, which are cells that move around in our blood. They are made in the bone marrow, and they go around in our blood. And what they do is that they have various ways of killing any harmful microbes that they come across. Some of the white cells have the ability to eat and digest the harmful microbes. Others produce toxins that kill the microbes and so on. So the first one there are the white blood cells, which are found circulating in the body. Then the second are the memory cells, which keep a record of any of the microbes that have been encountered by us. So if you have, for example, encountered a certain microbe, then it will, and fought it successfully, what will happen is that your body will keep a memory so that if that microbe is encountered again, your body will immediately be able to attack it and fight it and keep it down. And that is why certain kinds of illnesses, once we've got them once, we don't get them again because our body keeps a good memory of how to fight them. And as soon as we encounter the microbes that cause them, the body is able to fight and disperse them before they do any damage. So there are memories. Our immune system also has got memory cells that kind of remember the microbes that have been fought successfully. Then the third one that I wanted to mention, of course there are more, but I'll only mention these three, are what we call the microbiome. I've often mentioned them for those who have been with us for a while. These are the friendly microbes that live especially in our large intestine. They are groups of different microbes from bacteria to different kinds of funguses and so on, which are friends of ours. We have evolved with them and coexist with them. And what they do is they make our bodies, especially our digestive system, unfriendly to the microbes that are trying to attack us through what we take into our digestive system. And you will know that we have got a supplement, acidophilus, which is actually a supplement that is seeds of the friendly microbes, which we can take in if maybe the population of these friendly bugs has gone down. We have a supplement that actually helps us to boost their numbers. And this the microbiome is the reason why we always recommend that you eat a natural high fiber diet. The fiber is not for you. It is the food for the microbiome because that's what they like to eat. Your friendly bacteria and microbes like to eat fiber. So when you're eating your sukuma wiki, you are eating your mangoes, you are eating all these foods that are rich in healthy fiber, you are supplementing with fiber tablets or fiber powder, what will happen is that you will be giving food to nourish your friendly bugs, and they in their turn are going to protect you by keeping the numbers of unfriendly microbes that are in your gut low. So those are some of the members of our immune system. There are others, but I will not go into them. I want to go on to say that the other unique thing about our immune system is that it is able to recognize our own self. Remember, like the analogy of the Ministry of Immigration. If you are a citizen of a country, you have got documents which the Ministry of Immigration knows that you are a member of that country. So our immune system should be able to recognize our own cells and therefore not attack us. Although we know that sometimes things can go wrong and our immunity can start attacking us, but that is when things go wrong. When things are working right, our immune system does not attack us. What it does is attack the unfriendly bugs that are trying to get into our system. Then the other thing is that our diet, a healthy diet, plays an important role in maintaining our immune system. And one of the first places to start in boosting our immunity is to make sure that we eat a healthy diet with healthy meats, with healthy fats, and also plenty of fruits and some vegetables. Plenty of vegetables and some fruits as well. So this, a healthy diet is going to play an important role in supporting our immune system. Then in finishing this section, I also wanted to mention for those of you who are older, maybe my age and older, it's good to know that our immune system can also begin to age and become less efficient. So as we grow older, it is important for us to make sure that we take the measures necessary to keep our immune system strong and active. And that is why you might notice that maybe our grannies and great grannies may suffer. If, let's say, they get a flu, they have a very difficult time recovering from it. And we've noticed with COVID that the older people suffer a lot more than the younger people. And that is another example of how our immune system ages along with us. So what we need to do is to take extra measures in protecting our immune system from the effects of aging, and thus making sure that it's able to protect us for our entire lives. Some of the reasons why as we age, our immune system becomes weak is that we may have an accumulation of these harmful bugs in our bodies. Another thing can be that the glands that are involved in our immune system can start malfunctioning. And also we may find that the friendly bacteria and bugs that are in our large intestine become fewer and fewer. One of the reasons why this can happen is some of the medications that we take. Because we see nowadays that as you grow older, you get more and more medication. Each time you go, you are given more medicine. Maybe you are given I remember my mother, when she was growing old, she used to say that she's taking so much medicine that if you cut a piece of her body, it would just produce medicine. Because she was being prescribed a new medicine each time she went to hospital. But for us who are Neolife distributors, it is important that we realize that the best way to deal with the aging of our immunity is to make sure that we take the steps that we are going to mention and take the supplements that help our immunity to remain strong and robust. And given also the fact that now we are having these illnesses that do not actually have a cure, like the pandemic that we are having, they're trying to get a cure, they're trying to get vaccines. But the thing that is going to protect us and stand between us and serious consequences is having a strong immune system. So looking at our Neolife supplements, as we always say, the supplements are to supplement what we're already doing. So we, of course, must make sure that our diet is supportive of our immune system. But the first supplement that I wanted to mention under this is TreeNN. We know that TreeNN is our baseline supplement, the absolute minimum that we need to take. And threonine is a combination of different oils that come from grains and legumes. And what it does is maintain the health of the cells, the cell membrane especially, so that the cells of our bodies can absorb the nutrients and excrete the byproducts of our metabolic processes. So for this reason, threonine is always an important supplement. Even if I don't mention it every time, let me once again just remind you that threonine is always the default place to start our supplementation process, because it makes sure that we can benefit from everything else that we do, whether as supplements or as food. By taking threonine, we make sure that our cells are going to benefit from all the healthy habits that we are exercising. Then the next product that I wanted to mention is the Neolife shake or the NutriShake, depending on what you have in your market. This is our full spectrum of high quality protein supplement with all the amino acids, which has an important role to play in making sure that we can repair any damaged cells and tissues in our bodies. So for our immune system, Neolife shake or NutriShake is a very important supplement to make sure that our body has what it needs in good quality to repair any damaged immune cells, to make sure that our bone marrow is busy producing the immune cells that we need, and so on. So Neolife shake or NutriShake. And then the next one are maybe a group. There is Phytodefense, which is our Rolls Royce of antioxidants. It is a preparation that is made of 3 phytonutrient groups. We have carotenoid complex, flavonoid complex, and cruciferous plus. So we know that the carotenoid complex are the orange, red, and yellow fruits and vegetables, which have been concentrated and placed in a capsule for us. This is a high-powered antioxidant that boosts our immunity and helps in eliminating many harmful things that may be in our system. Then we have the flavonoid complex, which is made of the blue, purple, and black supplements, nutrients, like the ones you'd get in the dark-colored berries, like blackberries, blueberries, and so on, or black carrots and black cabbage. All these, the dark-colored beans, like the butter beans, some of them are white, but you also have the black kind. So all the dark-colored nutrients are part of the flavonoid complex, and they play also an important role in a different way, but hand in hand with the carotenoids. And then we have the cruciferous plus, made of the cruciferous family of vegetables. These are the cabbage, the sukuma wiki, the Brussels sprouts, and so on. So phytodefense is very important in our immune system, and is one of the supplements that we recommend for people who are living with HIV or who are living with cancer, because it is a powerhouse of the phytonutrients that aid our body and our immune system in fighting against harmful bacteria, harmful viruses, and anything that is trying to harm us. And then next to phytodefense, we have vitamin C. And you'll remember I have mentioned on other occasions that flavonoid complex also contains vitamin C. So vitamin C is a very important supplement for our immune system, and especially for our respiratory system, that is our air passages. Because, for instance, when you have flu, what normally happens is that the virus is going to attack your air passages. You'll have pain and irritation in your nose, in your throat. And what vitamin C does is that it deals with that irritation and helps our immune system to fight against the irritation. That irritation is quite significant because when our air passages are irritated, they become more, it becomes more possible for the unfriendly microbes to attack them. So for example, you'll notice that when you start with flu, then after a while you start coughing. But the cough is not because of the virus. The flu is caused by the virus, but the cough is caused by bacteria which are taking advantage of the problem that has been caused by the virus. So we always have some opportunistic microbes that wait around. When we are well, they can't attack us. But when we are down and our immune system is not working so well, then they take advantage and they start attacking us. And that is why we notice that people living with HIV can suffer from a lot of different opportunistic infections, because these organisms are not able to attack us when we are well, but when we are not so well, they take advantage of our position of disadvantage. So vitamin C helps in repairing the tissues, especially the membranes in our air passages, and in that way helps our immune system to function well. Then another supplement that I wanted to mention is vitamin D, or vitamin A plus D. And this, of course, I mentioned in conjunction with sunshine, because here in many parts of our continent, we have the good fortune of having plenty of sunshine. Unfortunately, because maybe of our occupation or our preferences or sensitivities, we may not be benefiting from the plentiful sunshine. Our bodies are able to manufacture vitamin D when we are exposed to adequate amounts of sunlight. So it is a good habit to spend some 20 minutes to half an hour at least in the sun every day, so that our skins can make vitamin D. And vitamin D is more and more being found to be a crucial element in our immune system. Even now, you may have heard with the COVID, one of the things they recommend that we spend time in the sun in order to have enough vitamin D. And as I think I've said, maybe for the new people, I repeat it, that those of us, the Africans with darker skin, if we are living in temperate countries, because I know on this call we've got our brothers and sisters of African origin who are living in the temperate countries, you may find that you are getting very little sunlight, because our skins are heavily pigmented and tend to protect us from the rays of the sun, which means in order for us to get enough vitamin D, we need to be exposed to much more sunlight, or we need to supplement. So for example, if you are the same complexion as myself, it's a good plan during the winter months, let's say in Southern Africa, it's from May to around July, August, to supplement with vitamin D, especially if you're not able to spend long hours in the sun. And that is to say that it makes sure that you have the amount that you need to help your immunity to work well. So that is vitamin A plus D, or vitamin D, or plenty of sunshine, because we can make it for ourselves, or we can supplement. Then the next one I wanted to mention is chelated zinc, which is a mineral that plays a very important role in supporting our immune system, as well as in healing of internal wounds. So you may find that you have been attacked by a virus or a bacterium and so on. Like, for example, we have the bacteria that can contribute to ulcers in the digestive system. And zinc helps very much in repairing that. And so zinc is an important member of the immune support supplements. Then I also wanted to add omega-3 salmon oil, which we know helps to reduce inflammation. And one of the things that happen to us when we are under attack, our bodies are under attack, is the appearance of inflammation within our bodies. So omega-3 salmon oil helps us to resolve this inflammation, and so it's an important part of our immune support. Then I also want to add garlic allium complex, which is important for killing microbes in our bodies. It will kill bacteria, it will kill viruses, fungus, and so on. So garlic allium complex also plays an important role in our immunity, because it helps our bodies to kill microbes. Then lastly, let me just add aloe vera juice, because as I will mention just now, one of the things that undermine the efficiency of our immune system is stress, chronic stress. So we'll have a topic about stress at another time, but just to say that chronic stress is different from normal stress. We have the kind of normal stress that we get. Say, for instance, we have an emergency and we are very stressed, and then we deal with the emergency and the stress goes away. So that is what we would call normal life stress, because it's something that happens, we deal with it, and then we go back to normal. Chronic stress is when the problem does not go away. It is with us day in, day out. Let us say the stress of having a bad employer who is giving you a very hard time. This means that your body is constantly on red alert when you're at work. And if you're at work for, let's say, 8 hours a day, every day for 5 days a week, then it means that this is a chronic situation. And if you're so agitated, it starts to reduce the efficiency of your immune system. So for that reason, Aloe Vera Plus is included in our immune support supplements. Then in finishing, let me mention a few things that can undermine our immune system. I've mentioned a few, but let me just add a few more. One of them is pollution, for example, smoke in our environment, or even cigarette smoke. This tends to, again, irritate our air passages. So if you're breathing in polluted air, let's say you're living in a city where there's a lot of smoke and dust, then you find that there'll be irritations in our air passages, and we start having problems like asthma, we start having problems like allergies and so on. So for that reason, it's if you're a smoker, this is one more reason to kick that habit. And if you are living in a polluted area, maybe it's a high time to go and build your business in a more healthy environment. Because as you know, we are Neolife distributors. We are able to build our business from wherever we want. And especially now that we have all this technology that is helping us. If you are having a tough time living in a very polluted city, you have got some options that you can look at. Another thing that harms our immune system or undermines it is a high intake of sugar and refined carbohydrates in our diet. And this is because the dysregulation of sugar in our blood, if there is we have maybe prediabetes or diabetes, we tend to have uncontrolled sugar in our blood, and that tends to also undermine the efficiency of our immune system. Because remember, we say that the friendly microbes that live in our large intestines do not like sugar. What they like is healthy, high fiber diets. If we are taking sugar, this feeds the unfriendly, harmful microbes. So it's a tug of war. If we like sugar and refined carbohydrates, we are going to be feeding the enemy and starving the friends. If we are eating a healthy diet, plenty of fresh vegetables and fruits within the diet, as well as good meat and healthy fats, then we are going to be supporting the friendly microbes. And if the friendly microbes are in large numbers, they keep down the numbers of the harmful ones. And so you find that they are helping us to fight for our body's benefit. So for that reason, to eliminate or minimize the amount of refined carbohydrates in the diet. Then I think I've already mentioned chronic stress in our lives. So we should try to resolve the stress. If we have got a difficult work situation or a difficult relationship that is causing us continuous stress, then the best thing to do is look for ways to resolve it before it causes us serious health damages. Another one, again, this we'll speak about another time, is insufficient sleep. Sleep is very important for our health and also for our immune health, because it is during sleep that our immune system is able to renew itself and eliminate the harmful things that it has been accumulating during the day, and refresh and come in with new cells and so on. So good quality sleep is essential. And last of all, let me repeat, lack of exposure to sunlight is another thing that harms our immune system. So for us who are lucky to be living in a very sunny continent, we should make a habit of maybe going for a walk for a short time or something of that kind, just so that we can be able to get enough sunshine and make enough vitamin D, and thereby support our immune system. So my time is up, so I will not answer the questions that I received. Just to say that there are many illnesses that we come across now, which happen as a result of our immune system not working well. So, for example, you have had maybe of irritable bowel syndrome, you have heard of lupus nephritis, you have heard of some thyroid-related illnesses, and type 1 diabetes is another one of they are called autoimmune illnesses. And these illnesses are the result of our immune system being stressed. When our immune system is stressed, it becomes poor at recognizing our tissues. And what it does is start attacking our tissues as if our tissues are foreign and friendly microbes. And that leads to the destruction of whatever organ is being attacked. So you may have had, for example, people with rheumatoid arthritis. That is when the immune system is attacking the joints. You may have heard of people with lupus when the immune system might be attacking the kidneys, and so on. So for this reason, we need to take care of our immune system so that it works well and does not turn against us. I think I shall leave you there because my time is up. I hope that the session was beneficial and you'll go out there, especially during this time that we have been made aware of the importance of having a strong immunity, to encourage your distributors, your family, your circle of influence to take care of their immune system. Because for sure, this is not the last of the pandemics. There will be others that will be coming, as there have been others before. So to give ourselves a fighting chance, let us go out and tell people that they can actually boost their immune system. The immunity with which they are born is not, so let's say, a charity sweepstake that once you have it, you can't do anything about it. You can actually enhance your immune system. If you're growing older, you can actually make sure that your immune system does not become old and inefficient. We can use our supplements and good habits to safeguard the efficiency of our immune system. Thank you very much, and I wish you an excellent month end in these last days of the month of August. I wish you a very profitable month, and I hope that you find many people to influence in order to make the world a happier and healthier place. Thanks very much. Let me hand you over to Pascal now.
Thank you very much, Betty. I think some of us, as I was sitting here listening and thinking about growing old, it's true that, the funny thing about getting old is that age creeps up on you. One day when you're sitting down, after you've been sitting down for a while, when you get up, you feel your joints are creaking and you wonder what has happened to your flexibility. I remember one day when I was in Nairobi and I took a matatu from South Sea going to town, and the matatu tout told me, "Where Buddha ka pale mbele?" I wasn't sure he was talking to me, but when I looked and he pointed at me, it's when I realized that I'd become older and I was called a Buddha. Yeah, so I want to spend this evening with you to share with you some ideas that I think will help you build a profitable business. You see, all of us start this business for different reasons. And I think most of you started this business because you wanted to make extra money. Some of you started the business because of poor health. But somewhere along the line, you realize that you can actually make a lot of money in this business. So I'm going to share two things with you. One is building structure. You see, okay, one is building structure, and the second one is the daily success habits. I'm sure in the presentation we do every Monday, we normally share the three things you do every day to build your business. One is use the products. The second is share the products and the business. And the third is personal development. But you see, for your business to grow, you need to do something every day towards the growth of your business. Just like every day you eat, every day you take a shower, every day you do something that maintains your life. If you want your business to grow, you need some daily success habits. So what I want to share with you is how to build the correct structure that gives you maximum profit from the business. You know, when I saw the Southern African convention, and I saw people who are earning over 2 million rand, which is about 14, 15 million shillings over and above their monthly income. That's an incredible amount of money. And that they earn because they build a correct structure. The compensation plan for Neolife is called a breakaway system. That means you can sponsor as many people as possible, but your high income will come from developing those people that you have sponsored. So if you give you a few minutes, I want to share the screen with you. Think about, in fact, if you want to succeed in this business, I would suggest that you need to start thinking like a farmer. You know, farmers are very, very patient. They cannot go against nature. They have to plant, they have to water their grains or seeds, they have to take away the weeds, they have to put manure, they have to water them, let the rain come, put minerals, and the tree grows. If you adopt the thinking of a farmer and the patience that comes with it, you're going to be successful in this business. Think of your business as a large tree. If the tree is to grow very large and stable, it needs, number one, very deep roots, and number two, it needs many roots, which means wide. And how do the roots get nutrients? Roots get nutrients from the soil, water, minerals, and the tree gets nutrients through what we call the taproot. Taproot are the deepest points of the roots of the tree that helps the tree to get nutrients and feeds the tree to have a stable tree with strong roots. That is how a big tree is grown. Now, use the same idea in building our business. All right, there are two things about building structure in our business. The first is called building width. What is building width? Building width is the people you sponsor directly under you. For example, if this month you've recruited 3 people personally, you say that you have 3 wide. How do you build width? You build width by doing the 4 basic things. Prepare a name list, invite people to see the business, present the business to them, either yourself or during a meeting of your upline leader, and after the meeting, you do a follow-up. You keep doing this until you sponsor somebody in the business. That is what we call sowing in our business. That is what the farmer does. That is what you as a distributor will do. Sowing your seed. Sowing the seed is just talking to people about our business. So, name list, invite, present, and follow up. If you do these things over and over again, you will get people who have been searching for our business. That is called width. But you see, why do you sponsor somebody in the business? You sponsor somebody in the business to build a director. That is the only reason you sponsor them in the business. Why do you sponsor them to become a director? Because that is how the company will reward you with bonuses. When you start earning leadership development bonus, is a company's recognition that you're building leaders in your team. For example, I see Robert Kelly paying close attention to this discussion. Let me say I sponsored Robert Kelly to be my downline. I've sponsored him in the business. Now I have to help him to become a business leader. How do I do that? Now I want to discuss with you what is called building depth. The first thing I do the kit orientation. Kit orientation is I show Robert the basic things of how to build a business, how to order products, how to recruit new people, what is PV, what is BV, what is the compensation plan, what is a manager, senior manager, executive manager, director, Sapphire, Ruby, all those things. You show them the things that requires to build the business. Then you teach them the 3 basic things we do: using the products, sharing the business and the products, and then personal development. That is a kit orientation. The next thing is you need to do a business launch. A business launch is when your new downline, for example, if Robert is my downline, the new downline asks Robert, I'd like you to write a list of 10 people that we want to invite for your business launch. That is so important because the thing that keeps people believe in the business, if they join the business and they sponsor somebody within the first week or 2 weeks, then the belief in the business grows. So they're given a list of 10 people. You invite people to a meeting where the only prospects who are there for the meeting are Robert's new prospects. That is when you do a business launch. You do a business presentation on their behalf. Why? Because you are more experienced. And what do? They observe, they learn how to do the presentation. They learn even the jokes that I said in our meetings. They learn how the meeting is presented, the dress code, how you interact with people, okay? And then you do three-way calls. Three-way calls is when you ask for example, I asked Robert, give me a list of people you want to invite. Then he makes the call and links me up with that prospect so that there are 3 people in the phone conversation. Why? Because I'm more experienced. I should be able to answer all those difficult questions that people ask. Three-way calls are very important because it's 2 against 1. It's you and your new downline against 1 prospect, okay? The next thing I need to teach Robert is how to tell his story. One of the most powerful things you can use to teach people is to tell stories. If you look at the last 6,000 years of recorded history, the way to teach lessons has always been stories. Jesus always used stories. All the philosophers always use stories to teach lessons. So the other thing you need to teach your downline, the thing I need to teach Robert is, Robert, learn to tell your story in 4 minutes or less. And what are the 4 aspects of telling a story? Number 1, your name and what you did before you joined the business. Number 2, how you came to join the business. Number 3, what are the benefits you've acquired in the business? And number 4, how does the future look like? That should take you not more than 4 minutes. The next thing the new downline or Robert should learn how to do is to do presentations. There is a format, and the reason why I like to use the same format day in, day out is because when you change things quickly in your business, people lose direction. You see, the law of gravity is the same. Whether you're in China or Kenya or wherever you go, the law of gravity is still the same. There are some things in life that are permanent. You can't change them, and that's what gives people stability. So the presentation should be structured in a similar way. So the next thing that Robert needs to learn is how to do presentations. Then he also needs to learn how to do a health seminar. A health seminar is when he gives a talk on one of the products. For example, I may ask Robert, I will send you a guideline. I would like you to do a presentation on the ProVitality. 7 minutes. Don't go more than 7 minutes. Why? Because when you go more than that time, you lose people's attention. People's attention span is very small. So you need to pack that 7 minutes with information about, first, the way people live, people's eating habits. 2, the health problems around the world. 3, the content of the ProVitality. And 4, how ProVitality solves that problem. When you do that, you've done a very good health seminar. So I will teach Robert how to do a health seminar. First, he will watch how I do it. Number 2, I ask him to do it while I observe. Number 3, I make correction. And number 4, he does the health seminar himself. That is how to build a new person. Then the next thing is, I need to help Robert become a manager. That means to do 250 personal PV, or to recruit people until they're doing 500 group PV, and he does 100 PV by himself. Then I need to help Robert sponsor at least 3 people. Okay? What does that mean? Now I'm going 3 levels deep. I'm going 2 levels deep. Robert is level 1. The next thing, I go to level 2, I help Robert sponsor 3 people. When Robert has sponsored 3 people, then I tell Robert, now you've seen what I do to build a business. I've shown you how to do the presentation. I've shown you how to do a health seminar. I've shown you how to create your own story. I've shown you how to invite. I've shown you how to do a three-way call. Now I want to work with your new distributor number 2. Work with number 1 and number 3 so that you can teach them what I have taught you. So I take number 2, I do exactly with number 2 what I did with Robert. Number 2 learns how to do a health seminar. Number 2 learns how to do a presentation, how to build a list, how to do the health seminar. Eventually, number 2 will sponsor 3 distributors, 4, 5, and 6. Then I tell number 2, okay, I've helped you sponsor 4, 5, and 6. I want to help number 5 to sponsor their own people. You help number 4 and number 6 to build their own businesses. I go to the next level. I keep repeating this. If you want that for Robert to become a strong director, you need to do this at least 12 levels deep. That is what we mean by building depth. If you do this consistently, you'll eventually have 4 to 6 directors in that leg. And that is what we call a solid leg. A leg that qualifies 12 months out of 12 with at least 4,000 PV. That is what we mean by depth. So 2 things, remember. Build width, that's the people you sponsor personally, and build depth, help the people you've sponsored to sponsor others. You haven't sponsored somebody until you've helped and sponsored a new person into the business. That is how we build a strong structure in the business. But you see, for this to work, you need to have daily success habits. You need to have things you do every single day for your business. You see, I think that there's a lot of talk in the success industry that says that there are secrets to success. I don't believe there are secrets to success. Success leaves clues, but people don't pick them up. There are no secrets. I know there are systems of success, not secrets. Because if there were secrets, not very many people would be successful. There were very many people who are successful in life. So there are no secrets to success. There are systems of success. What does that mean? That any person can learn this thing, do them, and become successful. It's as simple as that. I am not saying it is easy, but I'm saying if you learn the system, the business will work for you. You are going to become successful. But what are the things that you need to do every day to grow a business? Number 1, you need to get involved in income-producing activities. And what is that? Talking to people. You need to talk to people every single day. Why? Because that is how your business grows. Okay? So the first daily success habits, get involved in income-producing activities, speaking to prospects and customers, because these are people who grow your business. Number 2, you need to read every day at least 15 minutes of a good book. You see, the only thing that creates for you success is your brain. There's nothing that powerful as your brain. So feed it with good information. Okay? So 15 minutes of reading every single day. The third one is physical exercises. You need to exercise your body so that, you see, there's a direct link between a strong immune system and physical exercise. The other thing also you need to know that the more physical exercises you do, the stronger your brain. Your brain functions better when you have physical exercise, when you exercise every day. So exercise between 25 to 40 minutes every day. The other daily success habit is visualization. Visualization is creating mental pictures of the things that you want to achieve. The definition of worry is having mental pictures of the things that you do not want. When somebody is worried, you ask them, what are you thinking about? They will tell you they're thinking about the problems they have. But the sad thing is, when you constantly think about the problems you have, you will have more problems. In fact, I had somebody saying that when problems come, the problems invite all their relatives, their cousins, their brothers, their sisters, their uncles, all the problems come. And I think the reason is when you have mental pictures of the problems you have, that is what you're attracting to yourself. So you need to visualize life the way you want your life to be. If you want to be a director, a Ruby director, a Diamond director, you need to visualize yourself becoming what you want. And then you need to do self-talk. Self-talk is affirmation. Stand in front of the mirror and talk to the boss. Tell the boss, okay, I want a pay increase. How much? I want to be a Ruby director. Speak to yourself in the mirror, self-talk, affirmation. You see, children do this very, very naturally. I remember when I was a kid, I used to pretend that I'm an architect and I've got big projects. I used to talk about these things so naturally, but when we become adults, we lose this sense of the sense of sincerity and simple-heartedness. Okay, so you need to do self-talk to affirm what you want to become, and then spend time with your family. The most important element you have in your life is your family. You know, sometimes unfortunately, a lot of successful people sacrifice their family on the altar of financial success. You don't have to lose your family on the path to success. I think it's a lie of the devil. You don't have to lose your family. In fact, you can be very successful and also have very strong family relations. You just need to keep the balance. Okay, so spend time with your family, spend time with your children, your spouse, get to know them, enjoy time together. If you do those simple things every single day, success becomes a habit, and that is habit that leads to financial success, leads to your success as a person, and you actually enjoy life the way life is supposed to be enjoyed. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you so much for spending this evening with us to share with you some ideas on how you can become successful. So, Paul, back to you. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Pascal and Betty, for that amazing session that we have been able to bring to each and every one of us on the call today. It was quite educative, and I believe our distributors will be able to use that information to be able to build a big business. I like the business part of it, the width and the depth, because those are the secrets of our business. So once you can be able to get that and put it, incorporate it in your system, as a distributors, we can be able to assure you that we'll be able to get a lot of traction in your business. So we have come to the end of our session tonight. And I just want to remind you that month end is next week. That is on the Tuesday, 31st. That will be the first day of our month end. So we just need to continue to build our business, continue to share the tips that Pascal is sharing with us together with Betty, so that we can be able to close the month at a very good note. Remember that first is the last day to do your 100 PV. So let's keep on doing them right now before we get to that day. So 31st, and then the second day is going to be on the 1st of September. So we have come to the end of our meeting. I just want to thank you for finding time to be able to join us today. Let's go out, help people to make the world a healthier and happier place. So from me, Pascal and Betty, we just want to say thank you so much. Good night, and see you soon. Bye-bye, everyone. Let's meet tomorrow during the Swahili guest presentation. Bye-bye and good night. Thank you, Pascal. Good night.
Bye-bye, Paul.